Hello and welcome. My name is Msgr Steve Avila. I'm pastor at St. Anthony's Parish here in East Falmouth. And I'm happy to offer this presentation to all of you on the 100th anniversary of the apparitions of Our Lady of Fatima. We have a tradition here at St. Anthony's for many years, and it's called Chowder and Chat. During the Lenten season, we gather on Fridays and we do up in the church the Stations of the Cross, beautiful devotion. And then we come downstairs and have a simple meal of chowder and sandwiches, tuna fish sandwiches. And then that's followed by a presentation, the chat. This year, as we are celebrating the 100th anniversary of the apparitions of Our Lady of Fatima to the children of Fatima, I thought it'd be a wonderful opportunity for us to prepare for this special anniversary by offering these reflections at our Chowder and Chat and for all of you at home. As many of you know, if you've visited St. Anthony's Church, behind the altar is a beautiful image of Our Lady of Fatima and the apparition. But many people will ask the question, well, why this image? Why isn't it a picture of St. Anthony's, St. Anthony of Padua? Or why isn't it an image of Jesus? And I think the story of this mural is kind of interesting. In its history here at the parish. St. Anthony's Parish was founded by Portuguese immigrants from the Azorean and Cape Verde Islands almost 100 years ago now, who they came to the area to work in the strawberry fields, which at the time covered around 600 acres of land in the town of Falmouth. They also worked in the cranberry bogs. Until 1972, St. Anthony's Church was a national church, and that means that the church was set up primarily for people of a certain nationality. In the case of St. Anthony's, for people of Portuguese descent, who wished to maintain the language and the traditions of their beautiful culture. One of my predecessors, whose name also was Avila, Father Jose Betancourt y Avila, was pastor from 1944 until 1964. And he undertook the renovations of St. Anthony's Church in the late 40s, putting in the new pews, which are still in the church, the chandeliers, which are still there. And he was also responsible for the Fatima mural. The story's told that Father Avila was friends with a very well-known Portuguese artist whose name was Henrique Medina. And he met the artist in the States, and he commented that he would love to place a mural of the Fatima apparitions in his church. As the apparitions took place, one of them took place on the Feast of St. Anthony, and as, of course, the parish church is dedicated to him. But he mentioned, but St. Anthony's Church is a poor church, and we would not be able to afford such a beautiful work from you. But Mr. Medina, in his gesture of friendship and also a man of faith, deep faith, what he did was he painted the mural, and he had it sent to a very surprised and delighted Father Avila. And then Father Avila put a beautiful reredos around the painting, and it's remained there in place since 1946. So now you know why this mural is here in our church. But what is the story of Fatima? Who is the Lady of Fatima? What happened in that tiny town in Portugal 100 years ago? What was the lady's message? What are the secrets of Fatima? Some hidden only until recently. And what is its relevance for us today? And so in preparation for the 100th anniversary, we are devoting the talks at our Chowder and Chat here in East Falmouth to the story and the message of Fatima, and then see and share with you how we hope to celebrate the anniversary here in our parish. Today, I would like to speak about apparitions in general and what is specific to the Fatima apparitions. First of all, what are apparitions? Well, apparitions are defined as a supernatural appearance. Back in biblical times, this was common. We see it recorded in Holy Scripture. We hear of angelic apparitions. Think about the angel appearing to our Blessed Mother, to Mary. In the New Testament, the apostles Peter, James, and John saw Jesus transfigured on Mount Tabor. Jesus appeared to St. Paul on the road to Damascus, literally knocking him off his horse. In modern times, there have been some apparitions recorded of Jesus, but most religious apparitions seem to be of Mary. Thousands have reported Marian apparitions, but the Church is very, very careful in declaring them as real and spends much time in investigating their appearances. Actually, the Church never really judges them as true or authentic, but rather uses the term worthy of belief. And there's only a handful of these Marian apparitions, of which there have been reportedly thousands, that the Church has judged worthy of belief. And you recognize, I'm sure, many of them. Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico, the apparitions of Rudebach in France, where we received the miraculous medal. Our Lady of Lourdes in France, Our Lady of La Salette also in France, Our Lady of Knock in Ireland, and of course Our Lady of Fatima in Portugal. What's missing, you might be asking? How about Medjugorje? These apparitions have been ongoing since the early 1980s. And yet, the Church, while investigating, has still not declared them yet worthy of belief. Now, there seems to be recurrent themes in all of these apparitions. A call to prayer, a desire for world peace, an invitation to personal penance. It kind of seems that Mary is nudging us, isn't she, back on the path that has been laid out for us by Christ and by the Church. Now, do we have to believe in these apparitions? Well, the Catechism of the Catholic Church calls them private revelations, specific to a person or to a group of people. Fatima would be considered a private revelation, even though it was made public. But it was a private revelation to the three children. And we're going to see in future talks that there was initial doubt among the leaders of the Church about the Fatima appearances. While our faith does not have to ascribe to belief in the apparitions, they are indeed worthy of belief. And I can tell you someone who believed in them, and in particular believed in the appearances of Our Lady and Fatima. And that was St. John Paul II. St. John Paul II was on May 13th, 1981, remember that date, May 13th, the anniversary of the first apparition. Pope John Paul II was shot in St. Peter's Square during a Wednesday audience. He barely lived, and he attributed his life being spared to the Lady of Fatima, who guided the bullets from vital organs. A year later, on May 13th, 1982, Pope John Paul II visited the shrine of Our Lady of Fatima and placed one of the bullets that was taken from him into her crown. And he said this about belief in the apparition. If the Church has accepted the message of Fatima, it is above all because the message contains a truth and a call whose basic content is the truth and the call of the gospel itself. In other words, the message and teachings which flow from the apparitions, such as Fatima, are in no way contrary to our faith. They just, let's call it, give us a boost and a reminder. Church does not require us to believe in these apparitions, but encourages us to reflect on them in light of the gospel. And that's what we hope to do in the next few presentations. We hope to go a little deeper into the message of Fatima. We'll be talking in the next session on the Pastorinos, learning about the shepherd children. And then in future talks, we'll be talking about the angel apparition. There were apparitions of the angel of Portugal before the apparitions of our Blessed Mother. And then the apparitions of our Blessed Mother, which took place between May 13th, 1917, and October 13th of 1917. And then finally, we will share with you how we hope as a parish family here in East Falmouth to celebrate this 100th anniversary. And we hope you will join us for our future presentations. God bless you all.